Mary Jane Blige is an American singer, songwriter, and actress, often referred to as the Queen of Hip-Hop Soul and Queen of R&B. Blige has won 9 Grammy Awards, a Primetime Emmy Award, 4 American Music Awards, 12 NAACP Image Awards, and 12 Billboard Music Awards, including the Billboard Icon Award. She has been nominated for 3 Golden Globe Awards and 2 Academy Awards, including one for her supporting role in the film Mudbound, 2017, and another for its original song Mighty River, becoming the first person nominated for acting and songwriting in the same year. Mary Jane Blige was born January 11, 1971, in Fordham Hospital in the borough of the Bronx, New York City, to nurse Cora and jazz musician Thomas Blige. She has an older sister, LaTanya Blige DaCosta, a younger half-brother, Bruce Miller, and a younger half-sister, John Quell, both from a relationship Blige's mother had with another man after divorcing her first husband. She spent her early childhood in Richmond Hill, Georgia, where she sang in a Pentecostal church. She and her family later moved back to New York and resided in the Schlabam housing projects, located in Yonkers. The family subsisted on her mother's earnings as a nurse after her father left the family in the mid-1970s. Her father was a Vietnam War veteran who suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder and alcoholism. At age 5, she was molested by a family friend, and as a teenager she endured years of sexual harassment from her peers. She would eventually turn to alcohol, drugs, and promiscuous sex to try and numb the pain. Blige dropped out of high school in her junior year. Mary J. Blige's net worth is an estimated $20 million as of 2023. Mary J. Blige music career. While pursuing her musical career, Blige spent a short time in a Yonkers band named Pride with band drummer Eddie Depriel. In early 1988, she recorded an impromptu cover of Anita Baker's Caught Up in the Rapture at a recording booth in the Galleria Mall in White Plains, New York. Her mother's boyfriend at the time later played the cassette for Jeff Redd, a recording artist and A&R runner for Uptown Records. Redd sent it to the president and CEO of the label, Andre Harrell. Harrell met with Blige, and in 1989 she was signed to the label as a backup vocalist for artists such as Father MC. She became the company's youngest and first female artist. On July 28, 1992, Blige released her debut album Got Positive Reviews from Critics, What's the 411, which is credited for introducing the mix of R&B and hip-hop into mainstream pop culture. What's the 411 peaked at number 6 on the Billboard 200 and topped the top R&B/hip-hop albums chart. It also peaked at number 53 on the UK albums chart. It was certified 3 times platinum by the RIAA. According to Entertainment Weekly's Dave DiMartino, with the record's commercial success and Blige's powerful, soulful voice and hip-hop attitude, she solidly connected with an audience that has never seen a woman do New Jack Swing but loves it just the same. According to Dave McAleer, Blige became the most successful new female R&B artist of 1992 in the United States. What's the 411 earned her 2 Soul Train Music Awards in 1993, Best Female New R&B Artist and Best R&B Album. It was also voted the year's 30th Best Album in the Paz and Jop, an annual poll of American critics nationwide, published by The Village Voice. By August 2010, the album had sold 3,318,000 copies in the U.S. In the winter of 1993, Blige recorded her second album, My Life. The album was a breakthrough for Blige, who at this point was in a clinical depression, battling both drugs and alcohol, as well as being in an abusive relationship with Casey I. Haley. The album peaked at number 7 on the U.S. Billboard 200 number 1 of the top R&B/hip-hop albums chart for selling 481,000 copies in its first week. The album remained atop the top R&B/hip-hop albums chart for an unprecedented 8 weeks. It ultimately spent 46 weeks on the Billboard 284 weeks on the R&B/hip-hop albums chart. In 2002, My Life was ranked number 57 on Blender's list of the 100 greatest American albums of all time. The following year, Rolling Stone placed it at number 279 on their 500 greatest albums of all time. In 2006, the record was included in Time's 100 greatest albums of all time list. Later in the year, she recorded the Babyface penned and produced Not Gonna Cry for the soundtrack to the motion picture Waiting to Exhale. The platinum-selling single rose to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Hot R&B/hip-hop songs in early 1996. Blige gained her first 2 Grammy nominations and won the 1996 Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group for her collaboration with Method Man on I'll Be There For You / You're All I Need to Get By. Shortly after, Blige was featured on Jay-Z's breakthrough single, Can't Knock the Hustle, from his debut Reasonable Doubt, 1996, and with Ghostface Killah on All That I Got Is You from his debut, Iron Man, which was also released that year. In addition, Blige co-wrote 4 songs, provided background vocals, and was featured prominently on 2 singles with fellow R&B singer Case on his self-titled debut album, 1996, including the U.S. Top 20 hit, Touch Me, Tease Me, which also featured then up-and-coming rapper Foxy Brown. On April 22, 1997, MCA Records released Blige's 3rd album, Share My World. By then, she and Combs had dissolved their working relationship. The album was made at a time when Blige was trying to get her life together by trying to overcome drugs and alcohol, as well as the ending of her relationship with Haley. After an encounter with a person who threatened her life the previous year, she tried to quit the unhealthy lifestyle and make more upbeat, happier music. As a result, songs such as Love Is All We Need and Share My World were made. Share My World debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and spawned 5 hit singles: Love Is All We Need, featuring Nas, I Can Love You, featuring Lil' Kim, Everything, Missing You, UK Only, and 7 Days, featuring George Benson. In February 1997, Blige performed her hit at the time, Not Gone Cry, at the 1997 Grammy Awards, which gained her a 3rd Grammy Award nomination, her first for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance, as Blige was recording the follow-up to My Life. In early 1998, Blige won an American Music Award for Favorite Soul/R&B Album. That summer, she embarked on the Share My World Tour, which resulted in a gold-certified live album released later that year, simply titled The Tour. The album spawned 1 single, Misty Blue. On August 17, 1999, Blige's 4th album, titled Mary, was released. It marked a departure from her more familiar hip-hop-oriented sound. This set featured a more earthy, whimsical, and adult contemporary-tinged collection of songs reminiscent of the 1970s to early 1980s soul. She also appeared on In Concert, a benefit for the Crossroads Center at Antigua with Eric Clapton in 1999. On December 14, 1999, the album was re-released as a double-disc set. The Mary album was critically praised, becoming her most nominated release to date, and was certified double platinum. It was not as commercially successful as Blige's prior releases, though all of the singles, All That I Can Say, Deep Inside, Your Child, and Give Me You performed considerably on the radio. In the meantime, MCA used the album to expand Blige's demographic into the nightclub market, as club-friendly dance remixes of the Mary singles were released. In 2001, a Japan-only compilation, Ballads, was released. The album featured covers of Stevie Wonder's Overjoyed and previous recordings of Aretha Franklin's You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman and Dorothy Moore's Misty Blue. In 1999, George Michael and Mary J. Blige covered the song as written by Stevie Wonder, and worldwide outside of the United States, it was the 2nd single from George Michael's greatest hits album Ladies and Gentlemen, The Best of George Michael. It became a top 10 UK pop hit, reaching number 4 on the chart. It was not released on the US version of the Greatest Hits collection or as a single in the US. Michael cited Blige's record company president for pulling the track in America after Michael's arrest for committing a lewd act. In January 2001, Blige performed as a special guest in the Super Bowl 35 halftime show. On August 28, 2001, MCA released Blige's 5th studio album, No More Drama. The album's first single, Family Affair, produced by Dr. Dre, became her first and only number 1 single on the Billboard Hot 100, where it remained for 6 consecutive weeks. Though the album sold nearly 2 million copies in the US, MCA was underwhelmed by its sales, and subsequently repackaged and re-released the album on January 29, 2002. On July 22, 2002, MCA released Dance For Me, a collection of club remixes of some of her past top hits, including the Junior Vasquez remix of Your Child and the Thunderpuss mix of No More Drama. This album was released in a limited edition double-pack 12-inch vinyl for DJ-friendly play in nightclubs. On August 26, 2003, Blige's 6th album Love and Life was released on Geffen Records, which had absorbed MCA Records. Blige heavily collaborated with her one-time producer Sean Combs for this set. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and becoming Blige's 4th consecutive UK Top 10 album. The album became Blige's first album in 6 years to debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 285,298 copies in first week. The album was eventually certified platinum by the RIAA for shipping over 1 million copies in the U.S. The album was nominated for the Best Contemporary R&B Album at the 46th Grammy Awards. Geffen Records released Blige's 7th studio album, The Breakthrough, on December 20, 2005. It debuted at number 1 on both the Billboard 200 and Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums charts. Selling 727,000 copies in its first week, it became the biggest first-week sales for an R&B solo female artist in SoundScan history, the 5th largest first-week sales for a female artist, and the 4th largest debut of 2005. The success of The Breakthrough won Blige 9 Billboard Music Awards, 2 American Music Awards, 2 BET Awards, 2 NAACP Image Awards, and a Soul Train Award. She received 8 Grammy Award nominations at the 2007 Grammy Awards, the most of any artist that year. Blige won 3, Best Female R&B Vocal Performance, Best R&B Song, both for Be Without You, and Best R&B Album for The Breakthrough. Blige completed a season sweep of the big 3 major music awards, having won 2 American Music Awards in November 2006 and 9 Billboard Music Awards in December 2006. In December 2006, a compilation called Reflections, a retrospective, was released. It contained many of Blige's greatest hits and 4 new songs, including the worldwide lead single We Ride, I See the Future. The album peaked at number 9 in the U.S., selling over 170,000 copies in its first week, while reaching number 40 in the UK in 2006. Blige's 8th studio album, Growing Pains, was released on December 18, 2007, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and at number 1 on the Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums chart. It sold 629,000 copies in its first week, marking the 3rd time since Nielsen SoundScan began collecting data in 1991 that 2 albums sold more than 600,000 copies in a week in the United States. In its second week, the album climbed to number 1, making it Blige's 4th number 1 album. Blige's 9th studio album, Stronger with Each Tear, was released on December 21, 2009, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and at number 1 on the Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums chart, selling 332,000 units in its first week of release. It became her 5th album not to take the top spot in the United States. The album performed modestly in the United Kingdom, debuting at number 33 on the UK Albums chart and at number 4 on the UK R&B chart. It reached the top 100 in other countries. Blige was honored at the 2009 BET Honors Ceremony and was paid tribute by Anita Baker and Monica. Personal life. In the 1990s, Blige spent 6 years in a relationship with singer Cedric K.C.I. Haley of the R&B group Jodeci. Their turbulent relationship inspired Blige's album My Life. Blige married her manager, Martin Kendo Isaacs, on December 7, 2003. At the time, Isaacs had 2 children, Naz and Jordan, with his first wife, and an older daughter, Brianna, from a teenage relationship. In July 2016, Blige filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Blige and Isaacs' divorce was finalized on June 21, 2018. Blige is a Democrat and performed for Barack Obama at the 2012 Democratic National Convention. Blige has dealt with drug and alcohol addiction, and as of 2019 she had been sober for several years. Thank you for watching this video today. Kindly like and comment and share to your friends, and please support our channel by subscribing.